1949 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. Is this vintage penny truly worth millions? Let's find out. First off, the 1949 Lincoln penny is part of the iconic series first issued in 1909, marking the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Over the years, Lincoln pennies have become a collector's dream, and this 1949 penny is no exception. The basics: what makes the 1949 Lincoln penny special? So, what's the big deal with the 1949 penny? Well, it was minted in Philadelphia without a mint mark, which is quite common for many coins from that era. The lack of a mint mark simply means it was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, which is something collectors keep in mind when determining rarity. In terms of its design, the 1949 penny is a copper coin featuring Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the obverse and the famous wheat ears design on the reverse, which was in use from 1909 to 1958. Now, there's something unique about the 1949 penny that makes it intriguing for collectors: its condition. While many 1949 pennies are relatively common in circulation, certain high-grade versions are extremely valuable. If you happen to come across one in mint state, you could be holding something truly special. The current market value of the 1949 Lincoln penny can range from a few cents for a coin in circulated condition to thousands of dollars for one that's in pristine, uncirculated condition. However, the value can skyrocket if you happen to find a 1949 penny with an unusual error or flaw, such as a die crack, doubling, or other minting anomalies. For example, if your 1949 penny is in excellent condition and graded as MS65 or higher, it could fetch around $5 to $10. But let's say you've got one in perfect uncirculated condition, with no signs of wear or damage, and graded as MS67 or higher. These can command a much higher price, often ranging from $500 to $1,000 or more depending on the specific market at the time. However, the really big numbers come from rare, high-grade versions or those with unique errors. For example, a 1949 penny with a noticeable double die or an extreme minting error could potentially fetch upwards of $10,000 or more at auction, depending on demand from collectors. But what about the $1 million mark? While a typical 1949 penny in mint condition is unlikely to break the $1 million barrier, error coins, especially those with rare and unreported defects, could certainly fetch such high sums in the right market conditions. We've seen instances in the past where rare, high-demand coins have reached incredible prices, and as the market for rare pennies grows, the 1949 Lincoln penny could one day be worth an even larger sum. The factors that influence the value of the 1949 Lincoln penny: several factors play a role in determining the value of any coin, and the 1949 Lincoln penny is no exception. Here's a breakdown. The grade or condition of the coin is the most important factor. Coins in mint condition with no wear and tear are worth far more than those that have been circulating for decades. A 1949 penny without a mint mark isn't considered extremely rare, but finding one in perfect condition, or with a unique error, adds a layer of rarity that increases its value. As mentioned earlier, if you've got a 1949 penny with an error like double striking or a die crack, you may have a coin that could sell for thousands. These are highly sought after by collectors who specialize in error coins. The overall demand for Lincoln pennies in the market is always changing. If a particular error coin becomes more widely known or if collectors start to focus on a specific year like the 1949 penny, its value could rise significantly. Should you hold on to your 1949 Lincoln penny? If you happen to have a 1949 Lincoln penny lying around in your collection, it could be worth much more than you think. Always check for mint errors, unusual markings, or signs of high-grade preservation. Whether it's worth a few dollars or possibly thousands, the 1949 Lincoln penny holds an undeniable charm for collectors who appreciate the rich history of American coinage. If you're interested in checking the exact value of your 1949 penny, it's worth getting it professionally graded by organizations like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation or the Professional Coin Grading Service. A certified grade can add significant value and make it easier to sell or auction off. The 1949 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny is a fascinating piece of American history. While a typical example might only be worth a few cents to a few dollars, rare specimens with pristine condition or mint errors can easily fetch thousands of dollars in the right market. Whether it's worth millions today is unlikely, but who knows what the future holds for this classic coin. Always keep an eye on your collection, and you might just have a rare find hidden among your pennies. 1968 D. Lincoln 1-cent penny. This penny is not your ordinary change. It has caught the attention of collectors and investors alike, and you'll soon find out why. Stick around as we explore the current market value of this coin, its rare features, and how you could potentially turn it into a valuable asset worth millions of dollars. Cut to a close-up of a 1968 D. Lincoln penny on a table, highlighting the details. First, let's take a look at the history of the 1968 D. Lincoln penny. The D on the coin refers to the Denver Mint, where it was produced. This penny, part of the larger series of Lincoln Memorial pennies, is significant because it was minted during a period of significant change for American currency. The coin features the iconic Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. Cut to detailed images of the coin, focusing on the features. Now, let's dive into the features of the coin. The 1968 D penny, like other pennies from this era, is composed of 95% copper and 5% zinc. However, it's not the composition alone that makes this coin special. What really sets it apart are the minor minting errors that can occur, which can dramatically increase its value. These include things like double die errors, die cracks, and off-center strikes. If you happen to own one of these rare specimens, it can be worth a lot more than just a penny. Cut to scenes of different coins being examined with magnifying glass. So, you might be wondering, what is the 1968 D. Lincoln penny actually worth? Well, in general, a standard 1968 D penny is worth its face value, which is just 1 cent. However, the market value changes when there are minting errors or unique characteristics. Some of these pennies with rare defects can fetch anywhere from a few dollars to several $100s in pristine condition. But what if I told you that a few 1968 D pennies have even sold for over $10,000? It's true. Some rare, high-grade pennies with noticeable mint errors have made their way into the hands of collectors willing to pay top dollar. And while it's not every 1968 D penny that will bring in thousands, those with the right combination of rarity and quality can skyrocket in value. Cut to a more dramatic close-up of a rare penny being shown in a glass case. Now, let's get to the real exciting part, coins that are worth millions. While the standard 1968 D penny won't reach these astronomical prices, there are some incredibly rare pennies out there, including those from this series, that have sold for million-dollar amounts at auction. Why do they sell for such high prices? Well, these pennies often have incredibly rare errors, such as the famous double die variety, or they are in perfect mint condition, graded 67 or higher by professional numismatists. With that level of rarity, buyers are willing to pay top dollar. It's all about supply and demand in the coin world. Host shows a magnifying glass examining a coin. If you think you might have a rare 1968 D penny, here are a few tips to help you identify it. Start by looking for minting errors. A double die error, where the image of Lincoln or the memorial is slightly shifted, is one of the most valuable mistakes to look for. Other signs to watch out for include misstrikes, off-center coins, or unusual die cracks. Additionally, the condition of the coin matters a lot. Coins in perfect condition, with minimal wear and no signs of damage, will naturally fetch a higher price. Coins graded by professional organizations like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, are usually the ones that bring in big money at auctions. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting to explore the world of coins, the 1968 D Lincoln penny offers a glimpse into a fascinating market full of rare finds and high-value treasures. While most pennies you come across may be worth just 1 cent, there's always a chance that you could stumble upon one of those rare, mint-condition pennies that could make you a small fortune. So, keep your eyes peeled, dig through your coin collection, and remember, sometimes the smallest items can hold the greatest value. If you found this video helpful or interesting, be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. And as always, let me know in the comments if you've ever found a rare penny or if you own a 1968 D Lincoln penny that could be worth something special. 1971 S. Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny coin, an iconic coin that has caught the attention of collectors and numismatists alike. This video will break down its current market value, why it could be worth millions of dollars, and what makes this coin so unique. So, if you're a coin enthusiast or just curious about the world of rare coins, stick around. The 1971 S. Lincoln penny is a special coin for several reasons. It's part of the famous Lincoln series, which has been in circulation since 1909. The coin features Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, a portrait of the 16th President of the United States, designed by sculptor Victor David Brenner. On the reverse, you'll find the familiar shield and the motto, E pluribus unum, which represents the unity of the states. What sets the 1971 S penny apart from other pennies, however, is the S mint mark, indicating it was struck at the San Francisco Mint. While many might assume this is just a standard penny, there are unique factors that have given this coin a significant boost in value. Before we jump into its market value, let's take a quick look at some of the key features of the 1971 S Lincoln penny that collectors look for. The S mint mark tells us it was made at the San Francisco Mint, which often produces coins in lower quantities than the Philadelphia Mint, making it more desirable. The 1971 S penny is known for its high-quality strikes, especially for coins from this era. A well-struck coin, with a sharp image of Lincoln and crisp details, is highly sought after. As with any coin, the condition plays a significant role in its value. A coin in pristine, uncirculated condition will naturally be worth far more than a worn or damaged one. Some 1971 S pennies feature slight variations in design or errors that make them even more valuable. Errors like double dies or off-center strikes are highly collectible and can fetch top dollar. So, what is the 1971 S Lincoln penny worth today? Well, the value can vary greatly depending on several factors such as condition, rarity, and any unique errors or features. Let's break it down. If you happen to come across a 1971 S penny that's been in circulation for decades, it will generally be worth only a few cents. A coin in this condition, with signs of wear, typically has a market value of about 5 to 10 cents. In uncirculated condition, a coin that has been well preserved, without any visible wear, can be worth a lot more. The price for an uncirculated 1971 S penny typically ranges from $1 to $5, depending on the quality and demand. Proof coins are struck with special techniques to create a mirror-like finish, making them more valuable. If you find a 1971 S proof penny in excellent condition, it could be worth between $5 and $20 or more, depending on its rarity and condition. This is where things get exciting. Some 1971 S pennies have errors, like a double die or an off-center strike, which can significantly increase their value. These coins can easily fetch $100 or more at auction, and in rare cases, if the error is significant enough, you could be looking at a value in the thousands of dollars. Now, let's talk about the real excitement for collectors, the potential for a 1971 S penny to be worth millions of dollars. While this is extremely rare, it's possible for a 1971 S Lincoln penny to reach that level if it meets certain conditions. Unique errors. Some collectors are willing to pay big bucks for coins with significant or rare errors. If you find a 1971 S penny with an extremely rare or dramatic error, you could potentially see offers in the millions of dollars. Provenance. If a 1971 S penny has been previously owned by a famous collector or has been part of a high-profile auction, its value can skyrocket. A coin with a documented history or pedigree can become a collector's dream, pushing its value into the million-dollar range. As the world of rare coins becomes more popular, the demand for highly sought-after items like the 1971 S penny increases. If a specific coin is in high demand due to its rarity, error, or connection to famous events or individuals, the price can easily reach the million-dollar mark at an auction. If you're actively hunting for a 1971 S Lincoln penny with the potential to be worth more than just a few dollars, there are a few key things you should look for. Common minting errors like double dies, off-center strikes, or missing letters. These can dramatically increase the value of the coin. The better the condition, the higher the value. A coin with little to no wear, especially one with a sharp, detailed image of Lincoln, is always more valuable. If you think you've found something special, it's a good idea to get the coin professionally graded by a numismatic expert. Coins graded by professional organizations like the PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, can fetch much higher prices at auctions. The 1971 Lincoln penny is more than just a simple coin from the past. While most of them are worth only a few cents, certain well-preserved, rare, or error-struck versions of this penny can be worth much more, even reaching into the millions of dollars. So, next time you're going through your change or looking for coins to add to your collection, don't overlook the 1971 penny. It might just be the treasure you've been searching for. 1973 Lincoln 1-cent penny coin. While it might seem like just another coin from the 70s, this penny has some fascinating potential that you need to know about. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, you won't want to miss this one. Now, let's get into the details. The 1973 penny was minted at the Denver Mint, and it marks the 100th anniversary of the creation of the Lincoln cent. But what's really exciting is that this coin, in certain conditions, is worth a lot more than its face value. So, how much is the 1973 Lincoln penny really worth? Let's break it down. The average 1973 penny, in typical circulation condition, is worth only a few cents, usually around 1 to 2 cents. However, this is where things start to get interesting. Condition is everything. When we're talking about valuable pennies, we have to focus on the grade. Coins are graded based on their condition, and the higher the grade, the higher the value. The 1973 penny's market value really begins to jump when we're looking at coins in uncirculated condition or those with unique errors. If you've got a 1973 Lincoln penny in mint state, meaning it looks practically brand new with no wear or visible damage, this coin can fetch anywhere from $1 to $10 depending on its grade. But it doesn't stop there. There are rare error coins that can significantly increase the value. Some of the most sought-after 1973 pennies are those with die cracks, double dies, or even off-center strikes. These errors are much less common, which means they're worth a lot more. For example, a 1973 penny with a double die error could easily see its value rise to hundreds of dollars, or even more depending on the severity of the error. Coins with die cracks or noticeable doubling in the design are considered more rare and collectible, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar for these types of mistakes. But remember, finding these rare error coins isn't easy. You'll need to inspect your pennies carefully. And now, let's talk about the big picture. Could this humble penny be worth millions of dollars in the future? Well, that's the question that gets a lot of collectors excited. While the 1973 penny hasn't hit the $1 million mark just yet, it has the potential, especially if it's in exceptional condition or features a unique error. As the years go by, the demand for rare and valuable coins continues to grow. So, if you have a collection of 1973 pennies in mint condition, or better yet, with an error, it could be worth holding onto for future investment. In the coin world, a few rare examples have sold for well over $10,000, but we're still a long way from seeing a 1973 penny worth millions. So, where does the 1973 penny stand right now in the market? Generally speaking, you can expect it to be worth anywhere between $1 and $10 for the common mint state coins. However, as you know, when you factor in rarities like double dies and minting errors, we start to see significant spikes in price. I recommend that you take a close look at your own collection and see if you've got a 1973 penny that could be worth more than just a few cents. The key is to always look for signs of minting errors or exceptional condition, and get them professionally graded if you think it could be something special. So, is your 1973 penny worth millions? Not yet. But with its potential for rare errors and the possibility of future value increases, it's definitely a coin worth watching closely. Don't forget, the key to collecting coins and making the most out of your collection is knowledge, and now you're armed with the info you need to make smart choices when it comes to your 1973 pennies. 1990 No Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny coin. This seemingly ordinary penny could be worth a small fortune if you know what to look for. Stay tuned as we explore its rarity, history, and current market value. You won't want to miss this. Let's start with the basics. The 1990 No Mint Mark penny is a part of the regular series of Lincoln cents, and at first glance, it might look like just another copper penny. But what sets this one apart is the absence of the mint mark. In 1990, pennies were minted at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints, with the Philadelphia Mint producing coins without a mint mark, and the Denver Mint producing coins with a D. The catch? Most 1990 pennies you find will have the D mint mark, while the unmarked ones are much rarer. Now, let's talk about rarity. Although the US Mint produced billions of pennies in 1990, only a small percentage of them came from Philadelphia without the mint mark. That makes these unmarked pennies a hidden gem for collectors. But how rare are they, really? According to various coin grading experts and auctions, the number of unmarked 1990 pennies is significantly lower than those with the D mint mark, and that rarity is what drives their value. Now, here's where it gets interesting. A 1990 no mint mark penny can be worth much more than its face value depending on its condition and whether it's been graded. If you happen to find a 1990 no mint mark penny in excellent condition, it could fetch hundreds, even thousands of dollars. But there's more to the value depends heavily on the grade of the coin. A well-preserved penny, one with no visible wear, good color, and a sharp image of Abraham Lincoln's profile, can be graded at a higher level. A coin graded MS-65 or higher could easily sell for upwards of $100 or more in auction. And if the coin is in mint condition, say, an MS-67 or MS-68, its value skyrockets to the thousands. On the high end of the spectrum, coins in near-perfect condition have sold for over $1,000 in some rare cases. These types of sales depend on collector interest, rarity, and of course, the coin's grading. Some coins with significant errors or additional unique features have fetched even more. Here's a tip for all you coin hunters out there. If you've got a 1990 penny, take a closer look. Make sure you're checking for the absence of the mint mark, and if it looks especially pristine, it might be worth getting it graded. The cost of grading can range from $20 to $50 depending on the service, but it's a small price to pay if you end up with a coin worth thousands of dollars. So, what's the current market trend? Over the years, the 1990 no mint mark penny has steadily increased in value, particularly among dedicated collectors and investors. As of today, coins in mint condition are fetching anywhere from $50 to $2,000 depending on grade. While the market can fluctuate, if you own one of these pennies, you might want to consider holding onto it or getting it appraised. Rare coins like the 1990 no mint mark penny are not only valuable, they're also a piece of history. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, finding a coin like this could turn your collection into a treasure trove. And the best part? You don't need to go out and spend a fortune to find one of these hidden gems. They could be sitting in your spare change jar, just waiting to be discovered. 2004 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. Now you might be wondering, what's so special about a penny from 2004? Well, stick around because this coin, when it's the right kind of rare, could be worth a fortune, possibly even millions of dollars. So let's start with the basics. The 2004 Lincoln penny, like most pennies, features the iconic image of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. On the reverse, you'll find the Lincoln Memorial, which has been a part of the design since 1959. However, in 2009, the U.S. Mint released a new series of designs to commemorate the 200th anniversary of Lincoln's birth, but we're specifically talking about the standard 2004 penny here. How much is this coin actually worth? Well, if you find a regular 2004 Lincoln penny in your change, don't expect to make millions. The typical 2004 penny, made with copper-plated zinc, is worth just 1 cent, as you'd expect. But here's the kicker. There are some rare variations, errors, and minting mistakes that can elevate the value of a 2004 penny. One of the rarest versions of the 2004 penny is the no mint mark error coin. The U.S. Mint typically places a mint mark on coins made in specific facilities, such as the D mint mark for Denver or the S mint mark for San Francisco. However, some 2004 pennies were mistakenly struck without a mint mark, which makes them a rare find. Most of the time, the 2004 pennies with mint marks are more common, but the no mint mark version is an anomaly that can be highly sought after by collectors. Now, when it comes to specific variations that could make the 2004 penny worth significantly more than 1 cent, let's talk about some minting errors. Errors like off-center strikes, double dies, or the infamous mule coins, where two different coins are mistakenly struck together, can turn an ordinary penny into a collector's dream. For example, a 2004 penny with a double die error or one that struck off-center can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. But here's where things get really exciting. Rare, high-grade versions of the 2004 penny, especially those with minting errors or unusual characteristics, can be worth much more. If you manage to find a 2004 penny with a double die error or another rare trait in perfect condition, you might see it valued in the tens of thousands of dollars. In some cases, certain error coins from the early 2000s have fetched prices in the range of a few $100,000. While it's incredibly rare, there's a small chance that a 2004 Lincoln penny with the right error could one day sell for over $1 million in the right market. Okay, so how do you know if you've found a valuable penny? First, check for any mint marks. If there's no mint mark and it's from the 2004 series, that's a good start. Then, inspect the coin for any signs of an error. Look for double images, off-center strikes, or any other unusual features. And of course, always check the condition. A well-preserved coin in mint condition, free from any wear and tear, will always have a higher value. If you're not sure, it's a good idea to get your coin professionally graded by a service like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC. To wrap it up, the 2004 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny may seem like just another coin, but certain rare variations and mint errors can make it worth far more than its face value. If you're lucky enough to find a no mint mark penny, or one with a significant error, you could be holding a coin worth thousands or even millions of dollars. So, the next time you go through your spare change, take a closer look. Your next treasure might just be a penny away. 2006 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny with no mint mark. Now, if you thought all pennies are worth just 1 cent, think again. This particular coin is in high demand in the numismatic world. In today's video, we'll be discussing its current market value, why it's so valuable, and how it could be worth thousands, or even millions, of dollars. Stick around because you won't want to miss this. To start, let's talk about the basics. The 2006 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny was minted as part of a series commemorating the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. This was a significant year for the penny, as the U.S. Mint introduced a new design featuring a bust of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, which was designed by Victor David Brenner. On the reverse side, the Lincoln Memorial design, which had been in circulation since 1959, was replaced by a new, more modern design. The year 2006 was pivotal because it was the last year the Lincoln Memorial design appeared on the reverse of the penny before the U.S. Mint transitioned to the new, Union Shield design in 2010. But what makes this coin really exciting is that it was released with two versions. You have the typical pennies that feature a mint mark, either D for Denver or P for Philadelphia. But there's a rare variant, a 2006 penny with no mint mark, and that's the coin we're focusing on today. The 2006 no mint mark penny stands out because it was struck in Philadelphia, which typically has the P mint mark. Coins without a mint mark in 2006 weren't supposed to exist, but there's a rare batch that was released into circulation with no mark at all. This anomaly is what makes this penny particularly valuable. It's important to note that the U.S. Mint typically produces coins with mint marks to signify the location where they were struck. So, a coin without one is seen as an error, and error coins are some of the most sought-after items in the numismatic world. A minting mistake like this can dramatically increase the rarity and therefore, the value of a coin. So, why does a 2006 penny without a mint mark command such high prices? To put it simply, rarity equals value. The number of these no-mint mark pennies that were actually produced is unclear, but it's widely believed that only a small number of them were ever released into circulation. Due to this low mintage, demand has skyrocketed among collectors who are willing to pay a premium for such a rare find. But that's not all. This coin's value is also driven by the general appeal of Lincoln pennies. As one of the most recognizable coins in U.S. history, the Lincoln penny has always been a popular choice for collectors. When you combine the rarity of the 2006 no-mint mark penny with the widespread love for Lincoln-themed coins, you have a perfect storm for a highly valuable coin. Now, let's talk money. How much is the 2006 no-mint mark penny actually worth in today's market? The value can vary depending on the coin's condition. In average circulated condition, you might find it selling for around $10 to $50. However, if you've got a penny in mint state condition, meaning it's nearly flawless, you could be looking at prices ranging from $500 to $1,000. But here's where things get interesting. If you have a perfect specimen of the 2006 no-mint mark penny, particularly one that's been graded by a professional grading service, it could be worth tens of thousands of dollars. In some cases, collectors have paid over $50,000 for high-grade, uncirculated versions of this rare coin. And yes, this is not a mistake. We're talking about a single penny that could be worth over $50,000, or even more, in exceptional cases. With the right buyer and the right auction, this coin could easily break the six-figure mark. Some experts even speculate that, in the long term, the value of this coin could continue to climb, possibly reaching the $1 million range for top-quality pieces. So, how can you tell if you've found one of these valuable coins in your change? First, check the date to make sure it's 2006. Then, examine the obverse, the front, of the coin where Abraham Lincoln's portrait is located. The mint mark should be located just beneath the year. If you see no mint mark, you've got yourself a no mint mark penny. If you're unsure about the coin's condition or authenticity, it's a good idea to have it professionally graded. Grading services like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, can help determine the coin's value based on its quality and condition. Section 6. Why you should consider selling or holding onto the coin. So, now that you know how valuable the 2006 no-mint mark penny can be, should you sell it or hang on to it for the future? If you've stumbled upon one of these rare pennies, and it's in decent shape, you might be tempted to sell it for a significant profit. But consider the possibility of holding onto it for a few years. As the coin becomes rarer and harder to find, its value could increase even more. If you're a serious collector, you might decide to keep it in your collection as a long-term investment. Many rare coins appreciate over time, and with this penny's rarity, its value could skyrocket as the years go by. So there you have it. The 2006 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny is one of the most exciting finds in modern coinage. With its rarity, era status, and connection to the beloved Lincoln penny series, this coin has the potential to be worth thousands, if not millions, of dollars. If you think you've found one of these rare gems, it's definitely worth checking out its condition and considering professional grading. Who knows? You might just be holding onto a coin that could make you a fortune. 2008 D. Lincoln 1-cent penny. You might think it's just a regular penny, but trust me, there's a lot more value here than you'd expect. In this video, we'll be talking about the current market value of this coin and why it could be worth thousands or even millions of dollars. So, make sure to stick around and let's take a closer look at the 2008 D. Lincoln penny. First things first, let's talk about the 2008 D. penny itself. Minted in Denver, the 2008 D. Lincoln penny is part of the long-running Lincoln Cent series, featuring the famous portrait of Abraham Lincoln. But what sets this particular penny apart from all the others? It all comes down to rarity, era varieties, and collector demand. Most 2008 D pennies, if they're in good condition and haven't been tampered with, are worth just 1 cent. That's the value you'll see on most online listings or at your local bank. However, like with many coins, certain factors can drastically affect the value. The main factors for this penny's potential worth are its condition, whether it's a rare error, and demand from collectors. In terms of condition, pennies in mint condition, or uncirculated coins, have a much higher value than those that have been in circulation for years. A 2008 D Lincoln penny that is graded as MS65 or higher by professional grading services like the PCGS or NGC can fetch a premium. These uncirculated coins can be valued at around $50 to $100 depending on the market demand and the specific condition of the coin. Now, let's talk about something even more interesting: rare error coins. Over the years, collectors have discovered a few unusual 2008 D pennies with rare minting errors. These can include things like double dies, off-center strikes, or even missing elements on the design. Error coins are highly sought after by collectors because of their rarity and uniqueness. Let's take the example of a 2008 D penny with a double die obverse. This means that the obverse side of the penny, which features Lincoln's portrait, shows a noticeable doubling of the design. Such errors, if graded properly and in good condition, could push the value of the coin into the thousands of dollars. Some of these error pennies have been known to sell for as much as $5,000 or more. That's right, a penny that was originally worth just 1 cent could end up being worth thousands of dollars because of an error made during the minting process. As of today, the market for 2008 D Lincoln pennies continues to grow. The regular uncirculated versions in excellent condition are generally valued between $50 and $100, depending on how well they've been preserved. However, the rare error coins, especially those with significant minting defects, could easily fetch a price tag in the thousands. There have been cases where a unique error penny, such as the double die, has reached values as high as $10,000. The market for collectible coins is constantly fluctuating, but it's clear that the 2008 D Lincoln penny, especially those with rare error varieties, is one of the coins to watch. Coin collectors and investors are always on the lookout for pennies that are out of the ordinary, and the 2008 D is certainly on their radar. So, how do you know if you have a valuable 2008 D Lincoln penny? First, you'll want to inspect it for any noticeable errors. Look closely for doubled features, especially on the date or Lincoln's portrait. If you spot something unusual, it's worth getting it professionally graded to determine its value. In conclusion, while the 2008 D Lincoln penny may look like just another penny, it has the potential to be a valuable collectible, especially if it's in mint condition or if it features a rare error. Whether you're a collector or someone who's just stumbled across a valuable coin, this penny could be worth far more than its face value. Always keep an eye out for those unique variations that could turn a humble penny into a fortune.